Clearly, has anyone been watching the Olympics? Yeah, there's been a few races, haven't there, where I have to say, they've been especially the slalom yesterday, coming down the hill in blizzard at times. Has anyone skied in a blizzard here? I can remember when I was little skiing in a blizzard. Yeah, it's pretty difficult to see. Pretty impressive, these athletes, in many, many ways. But I was just reflecting yesterday, I think it's the slalom where the snow was coming down, and how difficult it must be going at that speed. Seeing clearly. Well, I thought, as you might expect, that would probably set a bit of a challenge for you. So very quickly, I want to know what you see in this image. What do you see in the image? A penguin. Oh, I've got a penguin. People seen a penguin. What about you? You see a man. Oh, yeah. There's a man there as well. A man's face. Brilliant. And what about this one? Anyone willing to say straight away what they see? Conrad, what do you see? Nothing. Quinn, what do you see? Two people, yeah. Anyone see anything else? A vase, yeah. Who put your hand up if you saw the vase first? Okay, it's interesting, isn't it? Okay, and what about this one? Oh, it's getting a bit more difficult. Anyone over here? What do you see? A glamorous young lady. Yes, okay. Anyone else got anything they can see? And Mark sees the old lady. Can everyone see the old lady in the picture? Yeah? Can you see that? Her sort of, there's the nose of the old lady there on the left, that sort of white, the white bump. Okay, oh, what about this one? What do we see here? What do you see? Winnie the Pooh. Got Winnie the Pooh. I don't know. That's interesting analysis there from Steve. You see an Eskimo. Yeah, sort of perhaps going through a door or something. Does anyone see anything different? Someone painting a wall, yeah. Did you see? Who saw? If you put your hand up if you saw a face. A face, yes. But you didn't. But then there's also a person in the picture, isn't there? Who looks like they're going through. Well, Hamish said painting a wall. Yeah, I think that's. Okay. Which animal do we see? Duck. Who sees a duck? Does anyone see anything else? A rabbit. Yes. Duck and a rabbit. I have no idea what the sort of analysis is of your brain, depending on what you see first, by the way. What about this one? What do we see first? What did you see first? Two old people. Anyone see anything different? Another vase. Oh, yes, could be. Another vase. Anything else that anyone could see? Yeah, there's this man playing the guitar and someone next to him and someone coming out the door, indeed. And then finally, does anyone remember this? Now, I'd be interested to see, because I don't know whether it mattered how the image was displayed, but put up your hand if you see gold and white. Gold and white? Anyone else? Put your hand up if you see gold and white. Oh, gold and white. So a gold and white dress. Yeah? Who sees blue and black? Some of you might remember this image. What do we see? What about young ones here? I'm interested to know. Is the dress gold and white?
No.
No. What colour is the dress? Nelly. Grey and blue. Okay, it's interesting that some people see this as gold and white. Well, here we are at this story of the Transfiguration. And it's a bit of a strange story set on its own, but it's about seeing clearly. Now, I had to go and snap round the house. That wasn't quite the purpose, but I wanted to ask the question. These are obviously somewhat old photos. What is different about what I'm wearing now? Something different. These photos are all taken pre-2010, certainly. Oh, yeah, okay, dog collar, right. All right. That isn't what I'm thinking about. Thank you, Andrew. Glasses. I never used to wear my glasses. In fact, it wasn't until I was about 17, 18 when I had to learning to drive that I got glasses. And I, for many years, hated wearing glasses. That meant that I didn't see clearly. And Becca would happily recall a time we met at university, at Southampton University, and I would walk around and I wouldn't see people. I wouldn't be able to see Brian over there. I wouldn't be able to see you very clearly. And it wasn't really until people got fairly close that they'd see me. And there was occasion that Becca was waving, and I completely ignored her. I walked around most of the time not being able to see very clearly. I think actually after wearing glasses now for many years every day, actually probably my eyes have got even worse now. But I couldn't see clearly. We've had this reading. Thank you, Nellie, for reading that. And to see this a bit more clearly, we can't really look at it just on its own. So I put some Bibles on your tables. And therefore, we need to, because this reading starts with 6 days later. Now, if we have a reading that ever starts with and then, or after that, we need to go and say, well, wait a minute, what are they talking about? What's happened beforehand? So 6 days later. So I want you to turn to Matthew 16:16 and Matthew 16:21 to 23. So we can find out what happened 6 days earlier in this reading. So it's a good opportunity to find Matthew's Gospel. It'll be the first Gospel that we come across when we turn to the New Testament. And to have a look. So what has happened before this strange event that we've been reading and watching a video of? So I'm going to go 16:16. Would anyone on this table be willing to just say what's happened? So we've just had Simon Peter, who has just said he has declared that he understands. You are the Son of the living God. We're obviously reading from Matthew's Gospel. In Mark's Gospel, this is a real turning point in the Gospel, where the disciples are always framed as though they don't know anything. They're always getting it wrong. And all of a sudden, here we are. Peter says, you are the Son of the living God. So we've got that. That's happened. He's realized. But something else happens. Matthew 16:21. Is anyone just sort of able to give a bit of an overview of what that says? I'll come to the front. Coming to the front table. That's what happens if you sit at the front. Anyone willing to just say? What was the question? What is a bit of an overview of Matthew 16:21? Jesus predicted his death. And what happened, though? Jesus predicted his death. So Peter rebukes him. That'll never happen. And what does Jesus say to Peter? Oh, this is feels so harsh. What does Jesus say to Peter? I think it's 23. Get behind me, Satan. Whoa, what hard words. So before we have this this story of the Transfiguration, strange story, we've had Peter say, I declare this is who you are, but not still understand. Still doesn't understand when Jesus says he's going to be killed and will rise in 3 days. Peter still doesn't really understand. So the Transfiguration comes off the back of that. We've got these two. Oh, I had them here. Sorry, I've forgotten about that. Peter's words, you are the Christ, the Son of the living God. And then Jesus turned and said to Peter, get behind me, Satan, you are a stumbling block to me. You do not have in mind the concerns of God, but merely human concerns. This is about seeing Jesus for who he was. That is what we see in the Transfiguration. Seeing Jesus for who he was. He's there on the hillside with Moses and Elijah. And then God speaks. Matthew 17:5. Anyone willing to look that up? Matthew 17:5. Could someone who's willing to read that out? Go on then, Carol, coming over with a person attached.
While he was still speaking, a bright cloud covered them, and a voice from the cloud said, this is my son, whom I love. With him I am well pleased. Listen to him.
When do we hear, there's another time we hear very similar words to that. Jesus' baptism, indeed. The words are almost exactly the same. Here they are. This is my beloved Son, with whom I am well pleased. Listen to him. This is interesting, isn't it? God declaring who Jesus is. And what does he say? Well, what doesn't he say? He doesn't say, work harder. He doesn't say, understand more. He doesn't say, do something impressive for me. No. God says, listen to him. Listen to him. And then, all of a sudden, Moses and Elijah are gone. Moses and Elijah, sort of representing the law and the prophets, are gone. Just Jesus remains. Just Jesus matters. God says, listen to him. So as we reflect on this story, we need to remember that Jesus is a gift. And that we need to remember that discipleship involves listening. So this Lent, as you journey through Lent, whether you're joining a Lent group, or whether maybe you're going to pick up one of the books that Brian has suggested, or you're doing something else. As you journey through Lent, open your heart and be ready to hear from God. And my prayer is that as that draws to a close, as we approach Holy Week and we run through Holy Week and Easter up to Easter Day, that you will see Jesus more clearly as the disciples did, those 3 disciples on that day. Amen.